What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Loading Podcast. My name is Arthur.
And my name is AJ.
It is October 2nd, 2019. I know yesterday was October 1st, but for us, this is going to be the kickoff of October, the spooky month, where all the scary stuff happens, if you actually believe in that type of stuff.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. If you don't, it's just another month, and you don't give a crap about what other people believe in. You know what I mean?
Sounds about right, yeah.
I know you personally don't like, you don't believe in all that type of stuff, do you?
No, not really.
Yeah. I know, what's it called? I just do it just because, I don't want to say because I'm white and I like scary stuff.
Well, one, you're not white.
I am not white, but I get called that by a lot of people because I do not act Puerto Rican whatsoever. But I do find, paranormal stuff.
What does that even mean, my guy?
Hey, listen. I've had a lot of people that have told me.
Come on, talk to your therapist. Break it down.
All right.
It all started when I was a little kid.
It all started when I was a wee young lad. So, a lot of people would say that I do not act Puerto Rican. Because, one, I don't speak a lot of Spanish. Two, well, when I was younger, not now, maybe nowadays, because my skin color is a little bit more tannish, so people can identify me more as a Hispanic-ish kind of guy. But yeah, a lot of people would always say, you really are not Puerto Rican. You act white. You talk. I forgot a person from EBC. It was a girl.
What does that even mean? That means you enunciate your words and you speak properly?
I guess. I don't know. Apparently, I wouldn't say my neighborhood, but just ghetto culture, maybe, just a lot of people, if you don't talk a certain kind of way that everyone hears you, they just say, oh, you're white, kind of thing. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I doubt it.
No, I have.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I think honestly it's stupid. If a person just talks normally, they just immediately, okay, you're white, you're not Puerto Rican anymore. I now claim, or I now say that you are
and you know
white.
Should be your response to that?
Yeah.
And you're illiterate. All right.
And you say terms that literally just promote ghetto culture. Oh, dead ass, that's all you know how to say. You can't say anything else. All that type of stuff.
Don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for that kind of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
For that, to have that way of speaking, there is a time and place for that.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? If you can't, articulate yourself properly, then that's not acting any type of way. That's just lacking in communication skills.
Exactly. There's a multitude of people that speak like this, properly, and they're not white.
Granted, communication skills that you will need in the real world. So.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna go up to a person that you're going for a job interview and be like, "Yo, dead ass B, yo,
dead ass, yo, dead ass,
yo,
my
yo,
guy,
yo, I'm finna kill this job right now. Yo, I'm the best motherfucker you gonna see right now.
Yo. Let me tell you, yo, if you hire me, I swear, bro. I swear I'm gonna show up on work every single time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I
ain't gonna be late once, yo. You know what? I swear on my mom's, man. I swear, dude.
Nah, I'm trolling, but
yeah. We're trolling.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just, we're just doing the stereotypes.
But yo, how have you been?
I've been, I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, just life's been going good. Like I was mentioning before, I have been watching a little bit more paranormal stuff, just given the holiday, the whole month revolving around, spooky, scary stuff.
Yeah, speaking about that, we actually linked up yesterday with a couple friends, and we watched some scary stuff, quote unquote, I guess you can say.
Quote unquote, the two movies that we watched.
What was it called again?
Alright, I think it was Gyo. It's a movie from a very esteemed manga artist. You may recognize him.
It's an anime movie.
Yeah, it's an anime movie, but it was based off of a manga. His name is Junji Ito. If you know anything paranormal, or if you like manga artists, you will know who he is. But we watched one of his movies, and let's just say a lot of us had different views on it. Namely you. Would you like to explain? What did you think?
I mean, I don't want to spoil the movie, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was kind of very by the numbers, I guess you can say. But no, yeah, did not hit for me.
I say that it was a movie that was it was so bad that it was good, because some of the stuff just is so stupid, even by horror movie standards. Like, you just can't help but laugh in a way.
I hear you, but it didn't get that point for me. It was so bad, it was just bad.
It was just bad. I just laughed. I was just laughing. One, at your reactions, because it was absolutely hilarious. You were like, why are they doing this? And then just like you being like, is common sense just thrown out the window? I know it is for horror movies, but Jesus Christ. Like,
that's a different discussion for another day, yeah. Honestly. But anyways, what else is going on in the new? Oh, we got some interesting stuff to talk about later on in the episode.
We have some good stuff to talk about. We have
finally an anime episode.
Yes, I would say have an actual anime episode where we discuss about some topics.
It's been weeks since we had an anime episode. I know they've been feeling.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's mostly because in the world of anime, they have a lot of small news snippets from things that actually that really don't pertain to anything.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, but anyway, for those of you who may or may not know, Demon Slayer is the big one that we're going to be discussing. And they recently finished, I think, their first season or first arc.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
26 episodes, which was great. Now, do you want to open it up or do you want me
let's
to
open it up? But the way I want to open it up, the way I want to impact this entire thing right now is I want to just present this as a whole review of the show in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
We will talk about the ending, but I just want to go over the show in its entirety because I feel like the show, there was so much more in the show than just the ending that I want to encompass. And we have mentioned Demon Slayer on this podcast in like light reference, but we really haven't done an in-depth review and just sat down and told you our thoughts on the whole
thing.
thing.
Think it's just because we wanted to just wait until the series has like a nice run. So to say,
and now that it's over, so you know what I'm saying, we basically gotta talk about it now. Mm-hmm. But okay, can I just say, I was already familiar with the show. I was reading the manga back in like 2017, and when I heard that it got announced, because you put me onto it.
Mm-hmm.
You put me onto the anime per se, and I looked at the first episode and I'm like, wait, I read this like a long time ago, but. Can I just say, just seeing it animated is just so much better.
Yes.
So much better than reading it in the manga, for me personally.
Mm-hmm. I think going off of what you're saying, seeing how you were saying that it's better seeing it animated, let me first talk about the big
but we got to preface, we're going to go into spoilers.
Yes, we are going to go into spoilers for the entire show. I will say this right now, it is worth watching. I'm just going to put that out there right now, just as like, if you want to watch this and then come back, I highly recommend you do so. Anime is great. But besides that, let me delve into one of the things that really sold me on this show. The animation.
Yeah, talk to me, man.
The animation in this show was so good.
Who was the studio? Who did it?
Ironically, I think it was the same studio.
They did Fate Stay, right?
Yeah, they did Fate Stay, but let me tell you why it's ironic. I think they were the same animation studio that did the Gyo anime movie.
That's hilarious.
I think they're called UFO Table. I think I can't, if I butchered that, I apologize, because that looks like a hard name to pronounce.
It's okay, but the main point is the animation is really, really good.
It is great. It is movie quality at times.
They save it for the fight scenes. That's when the best animation always comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I love the animation with the water effect and the swords, but right now I just want to get a little deeper into what the story is about per se. So as you all know, you know what I'm saying, Tanjiro leaves his house one day, comes back, his whole family gets murked by a demon, and his sister is now a demon.
Yes, his sister was the only one that was found alive, and she got turned into a demon. However, when she turned into a demon, she refused to actually kill Tanjiro, because in this world,
at first,
she was like in her demon instincts, but then after like talking some sense into her, she started to hesitate and not hurt him, because that's her family. You know what I mean? But yeah, just a preface, demons are like exactly what you expect them. Man-eating people that just like go around and kill people. But Demon Slayer comes in, Originally was gonna kill her, but then noticed that she wasn't gonna hurt him. So he was like, "All right, make sure you keep this on her mouth at all times so that she stays stable." And then he tells him to become a demon slayer. Finds an old man. They train for over 2 years, and he takes a final examination.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a demon slayer. And then after that, it's basically listing the journeys on how he wants to essentially turn his sister back from a demon into a human.
Yeah, and then he just starts going on missions. But
yeah,
can I just say, one of my favorite scenes at the very beginning of the show, like very first few episodes, was the one where he basically had to slice the boulder.
Oh yeah,
that one was really, really good. Yeah,
that one was really good. Can I just say that I did like the whole thing where it's like there were these two, I'll just say spirits, right, of his former students, and just them helping him, just being able to just master, what was it? I think he was trying to learn how to do the total concentration.
Yeah, the
thing,
breathing,
right?
the
breathing thing. And then when you found out at the end that they were actually dead, kind of like cements the fact like this is gonna be like a really good anime. It's a really good like training arc, I guess.
Yeah, can I just say the show has a lot of ways that it likes to flip in terms of tone. Like it would be an episode like really, really dark, really like gory, and then there'll be the next episode is just like playful fun. And I feel like his friend helps lighten the mood up a lot.
Zenitsu, I think is his name.
Yes, the dude who like he's kind of scared when he's awake, and then when he falls asleep he's a badass.
He literally becomes like One Punch Man levels of freaking badass.
And Inosuke, I believe that's what his name was.
Yeah, the guy with the boar head.
Yeah, I like basically the relationship that they all had. It played an interesting dynamic in the show. I
will say one thing that did surprise me was that they introduced them fairly late into the show. I believe both Zenitsu and Inosuke got introduced in like episode 10, 11, I think.
I don't remember, but
I think that's how it was. And to me that's a little bit shocking.
They weren't in the first
They weren't in the first 6 or 7 episodes.
6 or 7, yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I could definitely tell you that. And when you watch the opening, you see these guys, and you're like, "Wait, where are these guys?" It's already like
that's like what most anime openings though. You don't see them until like you get halfway in the show most of the time.
But like at first when you were watching this, I didn't know we were gonna get an extra 13 episodes, so I was like worried, like, "Wait, where are these people?" And then they show up, and then I'm like, "Oh, okay, here they are." And you know what? They're good characters.
Yeah, and I'm really happy for the show's success because it's getting a movie. We're gonna get to that in a little bit.
Yes.
But right now, let's just go over like what was some of your favorite fights over the whole show. Mine was the one where that took place in the forest with that slime monster that killed the 2 kids that trained him to slice the boulder.
Oh, the one that basically like absorbed their stuff and that he was like really fat and everything.
Yeah, that one was really cool. And I also like the one with the 2 people that came that pretended to be the fake 12.
Oh, the fake 12 the
demons or whatever that he needed to kill to get the blood from.
Yes.
To help his sister, to cure his sister from being a demon.
One of my favorite fights actually was the one after. It's the one where they meet Zenitsu and Inosuke.
Oh, the one that took place in the house.
Yeah, the one that took place in the house where he can literally hit like a little drum on his actual body and it will move the house, like the Inception type level of stuff.
Yeah, that one was really good too.
That one was awesome. And the fact that Tanjiro literally came off of the other fight that you mentioned with a broken leg and rib, and he was still able to like fight through all of that is great. Speaking of, just to take a little tangent real quick, I like how in this anime, they really reference like past battles, because in most anime, right, like the fight that you mentioned with the 2 demons that were like faking the whole 12 thing.
Yeah,
he literally got injured hard in that fight, broken leg, broken ribs, he could barely stand. Next fight, if it was like a lot of other anime, they would have just like kept him like oh, he's recovered and everything. No, you can feel that Tanjiro was like really like trying to recover. He even he himself says like he's not like ready to withstand all this pain yet. He was still hurt badly. And I think that's like one of the greatest things like you can have. Like time is it's there, like it references the older time. Like, he's not a superhuman. He's still like everyone else.
Yeah, let's move a little bit more towards the later half now. I felt like the later half, the second half of the season started off really strong. I just felt like it just kept right after the point where it's like, I think it might have been episode 21 or 22. Like right after that, like as soon as they did that whole mission and they basically got recovered by the Demon Slayer corpse.
Yes.
I feel like after that happened and they went to the recovery episodes, which is basically like the last 4 episodes.
Yes.
I felt like the show really just came to a screeching halt at that point.
I will agree. I think at first they had I liked what they were doing. Like they built up a lot of tension, because Tanjiro is going with his sister, who by the way, her name is Nezuko. She's a demon. Yeah. No one knows that he's carrying one, and you shouldn't be carrying a demon. All demons have to die.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna hold you. That part was interesting when he met with the leader, and he basically had to prove that Nezuko wasn't gonna hurt anybody.
They literally
that part was very interesting, and that kept my attention. The part that really lost me though was just okay. So here's the thing, right? I watched these episodes the other night, and how I watched it was, I think I started 2023, and so basically, after they proved that Nezuko wasn't a threat,
yes.
They went right to recovery. So I'm like, okay, one recovery episode, it's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the one right after all of them met up, and then they went to go stay with that old lady.
Yeah, and then the next episode...
It was right back.
Right back to recovery.
Right back to recovery.
And the next episode...
Right
back to
recovery.
It did not switch up at all the last few episodes. I felt like the show kind of dropped.
Like in terms of pacing?
In terms of pacing, the pacing just completely stopped. The training scenes were cool. I just felt like that lasted way too long.
Yeah, like how they were trying to master that total concentration special technique.
I felt like this show could have had like 24 or 25 episodes and it would have been just fine.
Yeah, I think personally 24 was the good cutoff, and then put whatever episode 26 was and put it into episode 24, and then we continue right off of from there.
I felt like the last 4 episodes was just one big long ass episode. To me, that's how I felt. But I understand why they did it. Of course, we all know they're saving it for a movie. It's getting a movie, which is awesome.
It's great.
Like for real, clap it up for them. Cause
and then if this was the animation that we had in the regular show,
it's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better in the movie. And I'm like,
that budget.
You can get better than this? Excuse me. But yeah. What I noticed that the show does is that we have like an intense like demon. They find a demon and they have to kill it. They get hurt obviously, and then they recover. Right. That's where some of the campiness comes in, like the whole lighthearted play, all that type of stuff. But that usually stems for one episode at most.
Yeah, I feel like my big gripe with that whole training and recovery episode sections was basically that it did not do a very good job of teasing the movie.
Yeah, we just had like a 15-second teaser.
It wasn't even... Was it after the credits?
Yes.
I didn't even watch after the credits.
Yeah, it was after the credits. I forget I don't even think he has a name right now, if he does, I don't know. It's just the guy. It's the Demon Slayer that has like orange, fiery hair.
Here's the thing. This is how you do a cliffhanger wrong. In my opinion, I didn't like the cliffhanger they had.
Let me hear it.
So what? They had a shot of them hopping on a train, and then they cut to the music, and then they cut to a 15-second teaser. Who the fuck they think they are? Marvel Studios? Like, what the fuck?
It's like how it was is that
I'm joking, of course.
Yeah, they were on the train. They're on the train. They also have the Demon Slayer that's going to be apparently the main focus in the movie, alongside that demon that got a little bit of the blood from. I call him Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Mike.
I call him Michael Jackson,
bro. So fucking interesting.
I keep forgetting his name because it's somewhat hard to pronounce.
It starts with a K.
Yeah, it starts with a K, like Kitsu something.
Kitsubishi?
Not Kitsu, not Mitsubishi, motherfucker. Type.
I don't remember, bro.
But he has his blood, which means he's like more powerful, and he's actually one of the lesser 12 demon group, essentially. I'm gonna ask you a question in a little bit, but that's all that they tease. Like he's on the train along with that other Demon Slayer, and so is the main 3. Tanjiro Inosuke and Zenitsu and Nezuko, obviously. But like that's the teaser, and you know it's cool. Like we're gonna actually see something happen either next season or in the movie. We know that.
No, it's been confirmed. The train arc, the arc that's gonna happen on the train is gonna be in the movie.
Okay,
that's what it's dedicated to. I don't know if there's gonna be a season 2 or they're just gonna continue the stories with the movies. Mm-hmm. I would like for it to be a season 2. Though.
There's gonna be a freaking Mobile Suit Gundam.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you too.
Yeah.
If this movie wasn't coming out so soon, it comes out this month, by the way.
Yes.
If this movie wasn't coming out so soon, like if this was like something for like next year, like next spring or next summer, I would have just preferred a season 2. But the fact that it's coming so quickly, I can't be mad at it, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like they want to keep the hype up. Like they want people to keep being like Demon Slayer is still here,
and I believe there's a lot more material they have to cover from the manga. So
yes, so as far as that goes, I'm excited. Honestly, like the teaser may not have done a good job of hyping people up, but it's still a movie that's gonna come out later.
But here's the thing: it's not for me. It's not just about hyping it up. It's about ending off what you started on with a not with a bang, but as I given it a whole ending. This ending felt incomplete.
Yes, it did.
It did not feel like a whole ending. You know what I'm saying? When you watch an anime like what's it good? Gurren Lagann, for instance, and in no way I'm not comparing any plot lines to Gurren Lagann, but the ending for Gurren Lagann was satisfying. Like it was like, okay, this is satisfying, and they still came back into the movie afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have just preferred if they took a little bit more time to wrap up certain loose ends with the story and just give everything a better conclusion than just doing what they did.
All right, I'll say something though, because what's it called? I see where you are with a lot of points, and I agree with you on a lot of that. On a lot of what you just said, right? However, I say to that, it highly depends on the kind of anime that you are watching. And I say this because, right, Gurren Lagann, how many episodes did it run for? I forget. Like,
I think it was
20?
the same amount, 26.
26, and I think after that we knew that it was done, right? Kind of thing.
Right, but they got a movie afterwards.
Yeah, they had a movie, but
I think 2 movies.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want after the show, like, you know, finishes. But with certain anime, like, you can tell, like, if what they have is going to be the ending, like, you know, just certain anime. Like with Demon Slayer, it kind of falls under the My Hero route, if that makes sense. It's like it's a shonen, and given the story that it had, like, you know, how Nezuko's still a demon, we still technically just got introduced to the 3, so we can tell that there's going to be a lot more stories. With how they ended it off on episode 26, you can't really like wrap things up nicely, because there's just so much that we still have left unanswered that we are bound to get something like that.
I disagree. Humbly, I would like to say I disagree.
Yes,
mostly because I feel like My Hero is a better example than when I said Gurren Lagann, because it is a shonen. I felt like My Hero, the ending of season 3, was a good wrap up to a shonen. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say
they at least
yes.
tease something, right?
Yeah, they at least tease something, but we still have like a lot of other things that, you know, we still have answers. We still want to see. We still want to know, like, what's gonna happen to All Might. What's gonna happen? What's this? I keep forgetting his name. The guy with Shigaraki, the one with all the hands. Like, what's gonna happen with him? Because, you know, now we know that, you know, he was the son of the girl.
Yeah.
Of One for All. Like, we still have a lot of questions. And moving into another season, there still has to be like a sense of, like, you know, what else, because we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
You summed it up perfectly. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. They tie up some loose ends in season 3, but the more loose ends they tie up, the more questions that opens. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they kind of give it a sense of mystery. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna happen to so and so? What's you know what I'm saying? Certain plot points. They didn't do that in Demon Slayer at all, though. They just got on a train and they showed some dude's face.
Well, I'll say this. How I see it is like how I viewed the ending of season 1 to My Hero. it was like I felt like a similar reaction where it's like we still had like a bunch of questions, and the ending to season 1 really didn't answer a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right, completely.
And keep in mind, we have like how many episodes of My Hero? Like
Now?
70 something.
Yeah.
And season 3 definitely did a good job on ending it and getting us like interested in season 4 and what it can bring.
Not gonna lie, I didn't like the ending of My Hero season 1 either.
Yeah, so so you can see where I'm coming from on this. Demon Slayer falls under something similar to that, where there's still a whole bunch of stuff that we want to see happen in the world, because we know that there's so many things. We still have the 12 demons that we still need to answer. We saw freaking Michael Jackson and what of his motivations.
Yeah,
because he's literally, from what I understood, he was the first human to transform into a demon.
I believe he's out here acting like a smooth criminal, man.
Exactly, literally,
literally.
And he's out here transforming people into demons.
Demon crime lord.
Yes, demon crime lord, smooth criminal out here. But we still have to know like what are his true motivations. Because remember, I think what was it? The girl that was like the demon doctor. She said like they were scared of something. Like he's scared of something.
Yeah, I wonder what are his true motivations. I see they did give him a little bit of depth because he had a family, and I know he definitely wasn't expecting that. But there are some questions that need to be answered.
Exactly.
I just felt like they left more questions, and they left more questions unanswered
than answered. In the ending.
Yeah, I mean like there's supposed to be a ratio. There's supposed to be some questions answered, but they're supposed to lead to more questions. Mm-hmm. They left more answers unanswered than what they actually answered.
Yeah,
that's what I mean to say. Yes.
Yeah, the ending left you off with like, it's more of like we know we're gonna get more, but some of the questions that we wanted answered didn't get answered.
Precisely. Yes. Yeah.
To me, it's like some of the questions I didn't think like. What questions did you want answered? Like just off the top of your head, like what are some of the things that you wish they would have answered?
I just would have liked to know more about the lore. What are they going on the train for? Mm-hmm. What is the? I mean, we know the destination.
Yeah, we know the destination, but something's gonna happen on that train, and I think we all know that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. Like to me, it's like what questions could they have answered? Because I see this as like I already know we're gonna get more Demon Slayer. I think it's just a given at this point. We are gonna get more Demon Slayer.
I would say, to answer that question, I would say that they didn't do a really good job at teasing anything. Mm-hmm. At the end, near the end, the tease was not good. Mm-hmm. Depending on the tease, with how you end the show, leads to more questions.
Yes,
I felt like they answered a good amount of questions. Like stuff I didn't expect to see, like the leader and you know what I'm saying, the Hashiramas and different stuff like that. It kind of just let us in a little bit more to that world, but I just felt like they didn't really tease. They didn't tease
enough, or you didn't like the tease.
I don't. If it was a tease, I didn't really like it.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
They didn't like this. This supposed to be something that's supposed to like give you more, like something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. I didn't really get that feeling.
That's fair.
But overall, like we're talking about, the show's still great. Like,
yeah, the show in and of itself is great. Like the first 20 episodes, especially episodes 18 and 19. Oh my goodness, just beautiful. Just Nezuko and Tanjiro, great characters. But yeah, for the tease at the end, I thought it was all right. I'm a sucker for like seeing like characters that I know are gonna be strong and what they have to face. I'm just a sucker for that type of stuff, and I have curiosity for who this guy is and how he's gonna play into the story. So it was all right. It wasn't the best tease, but I can see where you were coming from, saying how like you didn't really like it that much. Yeah. But we'll see how the movie plays out.
All right, so let's wrap this part up. Yeah. So if you would have to give it a letter grade, what would you give it?
I would give it a solid A minus.
A minus?
Yeah. Because the relaxing, the resting up scenes and the whole training scenes at the end, that takes it a notch from being an A or an A plus.
You know what? I completely agree with that statement. I'm also going to give it an A minus because we talked a lot of stuff what we didn't like about the ending, but that was really one of the literally only complaints I had with the show.
Everything else is great.
The majority of the episodes are excellent. Animation excellent, storytelling excellent.
Hell, the background music and the fighting music was great.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It's definitely worth your time.
Also, can I just say that it's funny how the voice actor of Tanjiro, right?
Yeah, what's up?
He's the same voice actor for Kaneki in Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, really now?
Yeah, I just find it funny how he's always mixed up in some sort of demon show. Before he was a half demon, half human, and now he has a family member that's a full demon. I just find that incredibly funny.
That's tough.
Yeah, I'm just happy to hear him not a depressed guy.
Man can't catch a break.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. What else is there to talk about?
We have just some little gaming news
Guys,
that's been happening around.
We're gonna keep it a buck. There's no news. Like,
there's not a lot of news worth talking about. Like, the only thing that really pertained to me personally was the Mario and Luigi RPG studio filing for bankruptcy, because as a kid growing up, I loved the games. Superstar Saga is one of my all-time favorite RPGs. Bowser's Inside Story was a joy to play. I didn't like Partners in Time that much, and the new one, I forgot what it was for 3DS. I did not play just because I grew out of that, and I had other games that I wanted to play. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. The only one I played really was Superstar Saga when I was a young kid.
A wee lad.
But a wee lad, yes.
I love saying that.
But yeah, it sucks. It sucks that they have to go bankrupt. But hey.
It sucks. I honestly wish that there would be one to come out for Switch, because it would fit perfectly, I think.
The last one should have came out for Switch. Honestly, should have been a simultaneous release.
Yeah.
How is this gonna work though? Nintendo companies that usually work with Nintendo don't really go out of business like that.
No, not really.
Hopefully Nintendo might be able to scoop in and save them. You know what I mean, and have them develop something for the Switch.
Yeah, maybe give them something else aside from Mario and Luigi. Let them make their own thing.
Just give them something else on a console that's not, or on a handheld system that's not outdated.
Yeah, like the Switch is literally your prime candidate. Like, it's already been out for 2 years. You know the software at this point. I hope you would do. And just make something out of that.
And don't get me wrong, I love the DS systems. They're great, but they're like, what, 9 years old now?
Yeah, 3DS is 8 years old now.
8? Okay, all right.
It's crazy to think about, honestly.
But yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah.
Yeah. Other things.
Sony CEO stepped down.
Sony CEO stepped down. So.
I don't know. This one ain't really hit that hard for me.
I would say the same.
And I have a PlayStation, so
yeah, I've been following PlayStation for the better part of almost 15 years now. Aside from me skipping PS3, yeah, like I know him just because of some press conferences, and I've seen his face around. I'm curious to see who's gonna step up. Actually, now that I think about it, that makes 2 CEOs that stepped down this year, isn't it? Nintendo of America CEO Reggie stepped down, and now Sony's CEO just stepped down.
Yeah, that definitely is interesting. All right.
Yeah, right? Don't you think? Microsoft, yo. You want to join the crowd?
Well, watch out. No.
You want to join the line, boy?
But yeah, that's about it. I can't really think of anything else going on in the news right now, man.
The other stuff is very minor. Like the only other thing is that there's a game called, I forget what it is, Be King. It's essentially like a medieval king simulator, where you basically people come to you, be like, oh, we don't have food. What do you want to do about it? You have to basically deal with it. And then there's monsters.
So you're the king, and you basically have to decide.
Be a king. You have to literally, manage your.
And what is this called?
I think it's called Be King or something like that.
Oh, Be King. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. So I am not completely sure.
Okay, let's go to games. Any games any new games you've been playing recently at all?
Code Vein, actually.
Code Vein, how's that?
Code Vein is great. Honestly, if you ever played Dark Souls, I say it's Dark Souls and God Slayer combined into one.
God Slayer? You mean God Eater?
There you go. God Eater, my bad. I said God Slayer.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That shows how much I haven't played that. But yeah, it's great. I like to call it Anime Souls. The combat's fun. I love the blood code system, which is essentially like the class system from Final Fantasy, where you pick a blood code and it has stats correlated to what your playstyle is. Like if you like fighter, If you like a big beefy guy that likes to go around
So it's
with
like
swords.
different builds, different fighting styles.
Yeah, and they
etc.
focus on like different weapons that they specialize in.
And is this game hard? Like, is it like difficult, like Dark
It's-
Souls, or what's
From
the
what I've played, it's easier than some of the Dark Souls games, but it's still like not like, how would you say, not a walk in the park. Not like you can just go around, kill everything, and be fine.
Interesting.
There's a little bit of strategy that comes with the category.
Okay. Well, yo, I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
I don't think there's anything else to talk about too. A little special guest just came in.
Yep.
Hi.
But we're hitting the 30. We just hit the 35-minute mark. So.
Yeah, and I think we talked about everything that we wanted to talk about. Honestly.
Yep. If some important news comes out the day after recording this, and
We're
you're
gonna
wondering
be
why
upset.
it was short. Now you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, all right. Anyways, let's do the wrap up. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts because that really helps the podcast grow.
Indeed.
If you want to help us grow, that's the best way to support us. Also, you already know the video version is streamed every morning at Saturday, 9 a.m.
Where we
on
both
the
will try
YouTube
to
channel.
be there. Yes.
Aaron Ryder, the YouTube channel. And what else? Oh, don't forget you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and pretty much anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
I will say,
anything?
what's it called? Now, recently I started streaming again. So if you ever want to join, I'm just playing some games, plus some Dead by Daylight. Just come at me at my Twitch channel. I changed it to Flying Rye. So if you ever want to just come, check it out.
And where else can they find you?
They can also find me, Arthur ASP at YouTube. Arthur ASP on almost any other platform, honestly. Snapchat, Instagram, all the usual socials I like to plug in.
Bet. And you can find me at Aaron Ryder everywhere. ARANRYDER. Aaron Ryder. That's YouTube. That's Spotify. That's Apple Podcasts.
Everywhere.
Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, all that. But
yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
yeah. Also, guys, be sure that if you want to be a part of this podcast and you want to interact with us, you can leave us a Q&A message. You can go to our profile on Anchor at anchor.fm/theloadingpodcast. You can leave questions. You can leave basically anything you want to know. It could be anything. It could be something about games or anime or something that you want to know about us personally. So anything of that sort, just ask away. You already know. But yeah, I believe that's been about it, guys. If you enjoyed this, you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like and comment. Let us know what you think. But anyways, guys, my name is AJ.
And my name is Arthur.
And this has been the Loading Podcast, episode 14.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one.